and welcome into the channel. This is The Return, Chapter 1, Conquer or Perish. It's been several weeks since I've been on the shore of Cherno. I've defected from the Russian army, fighting the Americans in Evron, taking a little break from that chaos to embrace this chaos. Once at a base on the west edge of the map, I'm getting reports that the walls have decayed. So I'm going to head back and see what remains of the property I had stored there. I'm just under Pik Kozlova, or as I like to call it, Skyrim Mountain, just east of Cherno City. And instead of wrapping around the point, I think I'm just going to go up and over Skyrim, down into Podorki, where there's a water well waiting for me. I still have some provisions left from travel, but inventory's getting pretty low. I've just had my last candy cane. I've got one beer, an IJ, a knife, and a water canteen. I'm not too worried about food. I would say 98% of the population turned infected, and there should be lots left laying around, as they only feed on brain. The only question that remains is how many survivors are left out there, eating up those resources. I'm not particularly happy with the time of day that I landed in Cherno. It's early evening, there's a chill in the air, and it's going to be dark within an hour. Which brings me to the reason why I came up onto Skyrim. This time of day, it's pretty much the safest place to build a fire without drawing too much attention. There's still lots of canopy up here, and it's way above the eye line from down below. With that glow in the sky, fire is going to be pretty hard to distinguish. However, before I secure the warmth of the fire, we need to check the cavern below. It's a pretty popular spot for people to throw some stashes. I myself have been guilty a time or two from stashing crates in the rocks along that canyon face, just over there. Some pretty dangerous ravines to get into over there. Now that I've harvested the material, time to make a hand drill kit. Take the chill out of these old bones. There, fire's lit. I think it's time to reward myself with a celebratory beer. And as I warm up, I contemplate my path. The first step is obviously getting down into Podorki, getting some fresh water into this canteen. After that, I think we'll skirt into the city, see if I can't get myself some warmer clothes. And a force of habit. Getting supplies for the next fire just after I've left the previous one. As there's one thing I know for certain in Cherno. Nights are dark, and the weather unpredictable. Well, right down there is Podorky. That's my destination. Well, for now anyway. I want to get to that well before nightfall. Now at this point, I can bank right, go down the mountain face, head into the sunlight, and down to the water well. However, that's not my style. I like a little covert entry. So we're going to go to the left, down the dark side of the mountain, along the tree line, above the water well, and then drop into it, while obscuring my entry into the valley. I can source some mushrooms on the way. Well, this is problematic. I'm hearing the slight grumbling of bear, right where I need to be. Wonderful. Well, I'm heading off to that cottage to my right. With that bear between us and the water well, I may have to light my fire here and wait for the bear to move on before I hit that well. We'll see. Before I get in that cottage, I want to check the fruit trees out back. If anything, I'll activate them. And if I have to light a fire here, maybe there'll be some fruit on the ground when I leave. Discarded water bottle. It's full, but we won't be enjoying that. We can fill it up at the well when we arrive. Hey, look at there, lunch. That more than makes up for the fruit that we didn't find out back. That'll get us to the well, and a little further. I think it's best if I have to light a fire, I should do it in one of the buildings closer to the well, just in case that bear pushes, and I need to take hold up. Refuge, safety, and punch it through a window. And we can use its fat. A torch wrapped in fat will burn longer and brighter. Not to mention, if I get 2 chunks of fat out of the old bastard, we can use it as a meal as well. Oop, I heard a grumble. Right over there. I haven't seen him yet, but he's close. Fertilizer. Well, when you got lemons, make lemonade. If we have to kill this bear, we can tan his ass and make a water bottle. Dinner is served. That bear sounds like he's meandering off towards the tree line that I came out of. Bottles are full, belly's content. We'll loot up these houses, outbuildings, and be on our way. Well, the evening's picking up. Sewing kit, just in case I scuff a knee. That sounds like it should be a town here in Cherno. Scuffany. Maybe that's what I'll rename Podorky. Old Scuffany. It's very fitting. Alright, we got the train station and a few more buildings to hit before we head into the industrial park. If we make it there, we're losing light quick. You know, Cherno is not as action-packed and chaotic as the war back at Evron. But truth be told, I do love this sneaking around. There's just something to be said about sneaking in and out of an area without even being seen. The less of a footprint you leave in each area, the less evidence you leave laying around for another player to track you. So killing every infected you see is not necessarily always a good thing. Sometimes it just takes a little patience. Your path will open up for you. I got what I describe as a shifty. These ones run erratically and stop only for a brief second. Difficult to get a stealth kill on these ones, or a clean headshot. Your best bet is just not to stir them and just let them be. One-on-one, they're no trouble, but when there's other infected around, they can become very problematic very quick. It sure is getting difficult to see. Pretty soon, we'll be in a sheet of black, and I won't be able to see the hand in front of my face. Gonna have to find somewhere to post up for the night. This workbench, while it does look inviting, leaves me too exposed, too many entry points. Gonna have to find something a little more easier to hold. Well, all things considered, the return to Conqueror Parish has been smooth thus far. Although, I wish I would have chosen an earlier time of day to hit the shores of Cherno. Would have given me more time to cover more ground. Yeah, it's getting hard to see loot without going in and out of inventory. I think once I get inside this building, I'll lighten it up a little. There, I've increased the brightness to 40%. Ooh, damn, occupied. She must be reception. Gotta go. Oh, missed. There you go. Nope, 3, 4. She got a hit on me too. No cuts. But where are you going with this hatchet, young lady? I think I'll relieve you of that. Well, I think in here is going to be where I'm bedding down for the night. Just check the rest of the building, make sure I'm alone. With night approaching, Cherno is not a place to be roaming around in the dark. I don't know if the faction still remains here, but Suicide Squad lives here. Well, it's not exactly who I wanted to share my room with tonight, but she'll do. Night, strange lady. Night, everybody. We'll see you in the morning.